What up, boys? We're still in the Yeti cave, but this is a farewell to Yetis. Just real quick at the beginning of this episode. I've just been sitting here getting my grind on. My cat passed out over here. He's been hanging out quite a bit. Seems to always come around when I'm recording, which is good. But at the end of the last one, we had dinged level 52, and I said I was going to hang out and see like how much light blue to dark blue ratio we got. And it's pretty 50-50. As you can see, my XP per hour, it says 14. It fluctuates between like 14 and 18. Just depending. Probably, you know, we kill everything and it goes up to 18, and then we sit here and med for a little while, it goes down to 14, and then it depends on how many dark blues we get. If we get a lot of dark blues, then it'll, you know, stay a little higher, and if we get a lot of light blues, it'll go a little lower, like 14. Anyways, we should be getting spawns here soon. You can see we're 98% in to our level, about to hit 53. And there's no way we're going to be doing these anymore at 53. So this is like the last hurrah. Here's a dark blue, speak of the devil. So we're going to grab this pat real quick, and we're going to get our level. I used a potion here for an hour earlier, and during a potion, we were getting 28%, which you would think to yourself, that's double. Double 14 is 28, but it might have been 27. Which is true. But like I was saying, this says 13, but I've AFK'd a little bit and had to break the camp a couple times. So that probably helps it bring it down from around, I'd say it's around 18%. And even then, 50% of 18 is 9. But we were getting about 27%, so that kind of checks out. And that's at level 52. Just kind of as an FYI. So we just need 1% now. And we're going to kill 4 mobs here. And a pat might sneak up on us as well. During the potion, I was leveling up my evocation. Got my evocation up to 134. Instead of dotting them, I was just doing the sit tick thing and nuking them in between. And the nuke costs 20, and I get 20 mana a tick. So if I'm at 100% mana, it just never moves. It stays at 100. So that was pretty cool. But looks like we're a little slow. But I was doing it after the potion ran out, and it's horrendous. You get like 1 skill per spawn, like round of spawns. Like, it's so bad. I'd rather just sit in a safe space and just spam it while I watch something. I don't want to. There's zero chill to it. If you do it while you're here, it's just, you know, it's a little bit exhausting. But I do need to do it, so I'll work on that at some point. Now I was talking with Marquise Johnson. He made a comment on the last video saying that he's noticed that even when his pet dies, or when he gets a new... these are all light... Oh, I leveled, so it's light blue for sure. We dinged, we did it. We're 53. Let's fight him. And let's fight him and get some of our melee skills up. So when his pet dies, or he gets a new pet spell and he summons his new pet, he said, like, the pet doesn't have the gear or weapons right away, but when you zone, suddenly he has the gear and weapons. And you know, like, there has been a time where I felt like I noticed my pet was slashing when I didn't give him any weapons. I feel like I've noticed that before. Now, my pet hasn't died too many times since all of this happened. You know, it hasn't been that long. So then I asked, you know, what if you want to switch the pet's gear up, and you want to, like, give him, you know, I got this weapon with the well, it's in the bank. I got a weapon with the root on it. So, you know, what if I want to get that on the pet? So I guess what you would have to do is tell your pet to go away, then summon your pet, then give it to him, and then zone. Something like that, I think. I don't know, we're gonna have to play with it. But that's very interesting. If that's the case, I'm willing to go and buy, like, I don't know, maybe mail or plate gear from the vendor. A full set of it, which will cost like 500 plat. And, you know, or bronze or whatever, whatever the highest AC stuff I could find. And then give all that to the pet. Or even farm gear. Like, at that point, you know, like, we can go and try to farm, like, rubicite. Give the pet a full set of rubicite. Or something along those lines. And then, I don't know. And then the pet will just have rubicite forever, or something like that. Anyways, that's very interesting. So I need to play around with that and kind of figure it out. But yeah, he said the pet dies, you resummon the pet, then the pet is, you know, just doing the normal bite attacks or whatever. And then you zone, and suddenly it's doing slashing or, what have you, slashing or, crushing. Blunt or slash attacks. So that's super interesting. All right then. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do now, but we're level 53. I just wanted to get that on film. And now it's time to figure something else out. I need to go get my pet spell, so I'll probably go do that now. Because I got a newer pet haste, and although I had the dot on me, because the dot comes from a different vendor. I was passing through Inithul Swamp, just FYI to whoever. The troll on the hand in Inithul Swamp, the troll will sell to you if you're a barbarian. So I was passing through and I was just wondering, I was like, will this troll sell to me? Indeed, the troll would. So I just bought the spell while I was there. I have killed a few mobs in Karner's Castle. They are tough, and there's always a bunch of people in the entrance. Everybody and their mom is trying to solo the entrance, so it's just like a pain in the ass. Because either there's no mobs because everybody's soloing one, or, you know, whatever the reason is, one reason or another. And then you have to start pulling from pretty deep in, and then people are training, and it's just... it's a pain in the ass. If nobody was there and I could just solo the entrance, I might do it. But the mobs are tough too. So that's another thing. The mobs are really tough. Maybe that's something to do at 54. So we do get the new pet at 54. So we need one more level. I have a feeling that this level 53 to 54, is going to be tough. One, because this is the last level of our pet. And two, we're kind of in a spot where everything is just tough, you know? Everything is just tough. The Burning Wood was tough, or Burning Wood was tough. I went back to the Yetis, even though it wasn't the best XP, it was just tolerable, safe, and all that stuff. There are still dark blues out here, huh? This cockatrice is dark blue. I was killing stuff out here as well, but You have to like search far and wide for these dark blues. They still exist. I think the rabbit. I'm gonna pull two. I think the ravishers, Drollvargs. There's a couple of them that are dark blue. You saw that patriarch giant was dark blue. But the thing is, they're all just mixed in. You know, there's nothing consistent. That's what I liked about the Yetis, is that they were consistent. There's a dark blue right there. He resisted the drowsy spell. And I like the ability to have a camp. So like, you basically never really leave that room for the Yetis. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. What am I doing? I'm healing? Okay, I guess we're healing. I didn't mean to heal right now, but we'll heal right now. Anyways, this is why you pull back to the wall and don't fight in the middle of the frickin'... in the middle of the, zone. Seems probably hit hard too. I mean, this got to be turning light blue pretty soon. Well, I guess we'll zone it so we can keep our pet alive. So it's as a rager. That rager is still dark blue. Supposed to zone in the other side. People would train this side typically, but you know. But for instance. See, there's always a gang of people at the front just killing stuff. Always. Always. Nothing's changed. Every server in the world, like, this is just like where everybody hangs out. Obviously, if you have a group, you go to the LCY or RCY or something, but... What the hell? It's just a popular place to... What the fuck do I have aggro for? Anyways, So yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna go back to Civilization and get the other couple of spells. I forget what they are exactly. One of them's a new haste for the pet, and see what other spells I got, and then just find a new place where I can just pound out a level and get my new pet and stuff. And then I don't know. Once we get the new pet, that should open up a few more spots. The pet will be a much better tank, and we shouldn't have as much trouble fighting the new series of dark blues that are proving pretty difficult for me. Alright guys, sorry for the weather. It's storming, isn't it always? We are in Burning Wood. Just pulling some mobs. Same fight strategy, because I'm a little bee. And it is what it is. These mobs hurt so bad, all of them. I fear it'll be this way the rest of the way. So basically, I'm aggroing, and I'm just kiting until my pet can grab aggro, which takes quite some time. But it is what it is. As you can see, we're at 96%, and that is into level 53. I haven't recorded much. Just been busy and working and kind of dad camping. And this video is going to be late. I don't have a video for Monday. By the time you're seeing this, it's already past Monday. Sorry about that. A little behind on schedule. Hopefully I can get caught up at some time. But to be honest, like, I'm having a rough time on in-game. I'm having a rough time leveling. It's been really tough. It fell off a cliff. It's really slow now. The mobs have so much effing life. They do so much effing damage. Anything that's, you know, dark blue to me. I do get a new pet when I ding, but the pet is only 2 levels. This is probably really loud. I'm so sorry if that's like echoing. I was talking to people and I needed the volume up high so I can hear them. My bad. 2 minutes in, should be okay, hopefully. What was I saying? The pet's only 2 levels higher than this pet, so it's not like the biggest upgrade. Because I leveled 4 times? 49? I leveled 5 times, and the pet only goes up 2 levels or something like that. So, you know, everything counts, everything helps. But from here out, I get a new pet every 2 levels, and the pet goes up 2 levels every time. These are both tattered back, so we'll just pull whichever one. These guys are so tough. So what have I been doing the last couple of days? What the heck was that? I thought I heard something. I have been, I went back and I killed some of the birds in Timorous Deep. It's, you know, it's just it's getting tough. It's getting hard, you know, as you get higher level. You know what's weird? Is somebody named Desto was messaging me, and I thought it was Destu, and I'm just now realizing because Destu messaged me that it wasn't him. I knew something was off. My brain wasn't putting it together. We gotta apply more dots this time. It seems like we are perpetually in aggro. But it is what it is. I kill the pet here. Oh my god. That was tough. Typing, am I right? Not doing very good with anything right now. Hitting my sit ticks or whatever, all that stuff. Not doing good. Anyways. You know, you gotta kill higher and higher. See what I mean? I've put so many dots on this dude. You know, the good days are gone, where we were dotting things once and the pet was beating the crap out of like Yetis. Those days are done. I even went back to the Yetis. I went back to the Yetis today. That's why I'm in the Burning Wood again, because I'm next door to Dreadlands and the Yetis. And basically, oh man, that pet got hit a lot. That was like really hard. Let's fight this guy a little bit. Jesus. These tatterbacks are something else. Eventually, hopefully we don't get to the point where we have to kill level 51 plus, because they start to summon at 51. But yeah, I don't think we'll ever be in a position where we need to kill 51 plus mobs. They'll probably just destroy us without summoning. That's the issue. I don't even think we could take a level 51 mob. So we went to was killing more birds in Timorous Deep. The thing is, a lot of people go there. Everywhere you go, a lot of people go. When you get to like this level, if you're not grouping and you're soloing, there's only so many things to solo that are like really good. You know, there's like more things that, like I'm soloing now. Is it really good? Not really, but it works. I'm gonna level here eventually. Don't pay attention to the 8% an hour. I've been on and off, but I'm sure it's not too far. I'm sure it's not too far. XP per hour has plummeted, but I've been AFKing as well a lot. But in the Yeti cave, I was getting 5% an hour. And of course, I'm level 53. Why would I even be in the Yeti cave in Dreadlands? But I was coming, you know, from coming back to Kunark. I went over to the Yeti. I was killing stuff in Dreadlands, actually. There's still a good amount of dark blues in Dreadlands. There's some spiders, which aren't the best because they have like thorns. And that actually hurts pretty bad my pet and myself. So they're not the best. Some Ragers and Ravishers or something like that. Those are still dark blue sometimes. I would like to do the entrance of Karner's Castle, but it's always loaded. I was doing... So, here, let's grab this guy. So I checked out the Yetis. When I showed up to the Yetis, half of them, 3 out of 6 mobs, were all dark blue. And I was like, hey, maybe the dark blue ratio is still pretty decent. So I sat there for a while. I sat there for probably an hour. And I did a few rounds, and it was dog crap. I was getting 5% an hour. I mean, what do you expect? But at the same time, the level before, I was getting like, what was it? Like 15% an hour. I felt like the dark blue ratio was still roughly the same as it was. But one level difference, I went from like 15% an hour down to 5% an hour. So I was like, all right, I can't be doing this. This is crap. So then I was like, let me go over to the Giant Fort and see if anybody's at the Giant Fort. The one here in Burning Wood. So then I came to the Giant Fort here. Nobody was there. So I was like, great. So then I was doing the same thing I was doing last time I was at the Giant Fort, which I never seem to record when I'm at the Giant Fort for one reason or another. But I was there, so I was holding down the 2 at the bottom of the ramp and the 2 at the top of the ramp. And then there's 4 more, so there's like 8 total, if you include the ones at the ramp. And I was killing 4 of them. And then, you know, so I'm not really holding down the camp or whatever. But I was doing that for a while, and I was like, this XP is actually pretty good compared to like the Yeti cave. I was getting like 12% an hour, I think. And it felt good. There was no downtime. I was killing 4 mobs, medding for like a couple minutes, and they were like respawning so fast. They were respawning really fast. So I was like, this is great. And I even got some shirts. Check this out. What am I doing? Okay, I'm sitting. All right, so I got 4 shirts. I almost got these all in a row. But I mean, those shirts sell for, you know, 68 plat. We got a hammer. Oh, that's only 13 plat. But we did get a Star Ruby, 65 plat. We got a Fire Emerald, 85 plat. I mean, we did pretty good. We got a pearl necklace for your mom. So it was pretty good. Let's get this guy dead. Kill the pet. Dude, these hornets are crazy too. Every mob is so crazy. The giants are like the easier things around here. These, it's funny, when you kill these hornets, you get like your reputation or your faction with hot wings with a Z goes down. I forgot about that. I haven't seen that in so long. That was great. So I popped a potion because I was like, if I'm getting like 12 or 13% now, I'll pop a potion. I'll be getting like almost 20%, and that's going to feel great. So I did that, and it was great. Of course, there was the chance. It was mostly dark blues with the chance of a light blue and even the chance of a green. If you got the low-level arbors, they would be green. But for the most part, it was dark blues. And of course, when I pop the potion, I go on a run of like light blues and greens, and I was like, this is stupid. But I got through it, and everything was great, and we were getting good XP. Everything was good. So I was happy with that. And then I was in Discord with my friend, and I was like, I know as soon as I pop this potion, somebody's gonna show up and just start clearing out the camp. Like, that's what happened to me last time. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I didn't show the camp, but it's because I got ran out of the camp, basically. So anyways, I was doing that, and like every time I need to buff, right? So like every 30 minutes, I gotta rebuff. So I go to rebuff, and while I'm rebuffing, I just kill the 2 at the bottom, and I skip the 2 at the top, because I need, you know, I just need a round or so to med up and get my buffs off. And sure, of course, it has to be at like that moment. Some high-level monk, level 56, just shows up and starts clearing out the camp, and it's just like, man, like every time, like I know I can't hold the camp down, so there's not, you know, there's nothing you can really do or whatever, but. These ancients are tough. The verdants are easy. These ancients are quite tough. But anyways, and then also a ranger ended up showing up a little later as well. So anyways, I got through most of the pot though, so I thought they were gonna show up as soon as I cracked a potion, but it wasn't. I had like 15 minutes left on the potion and they showed up, so it wasn't too bad. And I was still killing stuff. It's not like I wasn't killing anything. But then it got to a point to where I'm just like, all right, and I started killing like I was using like the bottom of the ramp as my safe place, because paths don't really go there. And then if a blue giant spawned, I'd kill it. And I was pulling like pathing giants and skeletons and gorillas and shit that was pathing by to that spot. And then a ranger showed up and started killing stuff as well. That was the Desto, or was it? Yeah, Desto, that I thought was Destu. Even though Destu's a shaman, like, you guys, I'm so mixed up. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of you guys, and you guys have like a lot of characters, and some things should be really obvious. Like I talk to Destu all the time, the shaman, and still like my brain is just rot sometimes, and I can't remember. It's a lot to remember for me, and I'm terrible. I'm terrible at that. Specifically. I would like to kill this champion. I don't want him to get too far away. We gotta take care of this ancient, which is an absolute beast. So we'll probably miss out on that guy. Hopefully he stops and stares into the distance for a while. I can pull him and just kite him around. Oh, he stopped. Great. The other thing that gets me is like there's the in-game names and then there's the names on YouTube. And then I'll mismatch like your name on YouTube to your in-game name, and then you may have like 3 characters in game. Dude, I'm lost. It's so I should be better, but I'm not. It's tough for me. I'm sure most people are way better at that kind of stuff than I am. Would love not to aggro and Talon or whatever. Pet probably won't aggro them, they don't social. If you can kill that, that'd be great. There he goes. I think I might have lost that champion. Can't see shit with this weather. It just never goes away. It's crazy. Sometimes it's storming and then it stops storming and then 10 minutes later it's storming again. I'm like, when is the time when it's not storming and then it starts storming but 10 minutes later it's not storming again? When do I get those? These storms last forever. It's crazy. Another freaking... I'm gonna have to rebuff here. No, this should level me. This is an ancient. Oh hell yeah, I cried enough. And the storm went away. Let's heal the pet. So I was told, and I may have mentioned this in the last video, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna mention it again. Because we're gonna finally test it out. But I was told that if your pet dies and you resummon it, you know, it loses all its gear and weapons, obviously and naturally. But I was told that if you zone, suddenly your pet has its gear and weapons back. Now, I don't know if it's 100% the gear, but weapons are easy to tell because normally your pet bites. Oh, let's heal the pet. When your pet attacks, it bites. And you can see over here, Mel Gibson's warder crushes and pierces. And that's because he's in his main hand is a Velium blunt weapon, and in his offhand is a Velium dagger. Now, I'm told that if your pet dies, you zone and suddenly your pet has his weapons again after you resummoned him. And then that this also works with summoning. Dude, we're out of mana. That this also works with getting a new pet and summoning a new level pet, like a new rank of pet. Get this guy running. It should level me, hopefully. I'm tired as hell. Get a new pet, that'll make things a little easier, a little more efficient. Like, I mean, pretty much we can fight the same level mobs. Pretty much, we should be able to. The only difference will be we did not level. Fuck. I'm as hell. And the buffs only have 4 minutes on them. Or 3 minutes, maybe. Which means that they're gonna... Dude, my pet doesn't even have buffs anymore. He's toasted. I need a med. Damn. It's gonna be quite a while. But, 2 level higher on the pet, fighting the same crap. It's gonna be, it's gonna actually be really helpful. Pet will get hit less. Pet will hit more often. That'll be great. But the other thing is, some of my Beastlord spells I don't get. Like, there's a new Pet Haste that's available at 54, but it drops. I guess it's a drop spell, so I'm not going to be getting that. And then there is a... the new Pet proc as well. So I can still use the old ones, so it's not that big of a deal. In fact, I think the haste is the same. I think it's 60% again, but the strength buff and the AC buff that comes along with it are higher. Start buffing a little bit. So I don't know where I'm going to go next. I could attempt to stay here or try to get the giant fort more often. It's just every time I go to the giant fort, it gets jacked. So that kind of feels bad. You can share it, but the thing with sharing it is the people that jack it are high levels. They're like geared out mid to upper 50s. And I guess I'm getting there. I'm going to be 54 now. So I guess that's not a good excuse. But they can kill so much faster and easier than I am. It'll be like a necro. One time it was a necro fear kiting. This last time it was actually a monk fear kiting using intimidation, and which was working really well. Every mob has it feared. Every single mob. It runs pretty fast though. And he's chasing him halfway down the zone or whatever, but you know, you don't take damage that way. Also, he had fungi, double fungi. So I'm just gonna leave Brawn off this time around. Spiritual rating says 10 minutes, so that's fine. I gave all of myself those buffs. Super cool. That's what I meant to do, 100% for sure. That giant looks like the one that's gonna level me. I should just go grab him. Let me just put So on my pet. Let's go grab him. We gotta give him haste. And also his buff still. Oops. Alright, so this should be the one to level us. Any shot I get this off? No shot. I got it off. I even got hit. I was hoping the pet would just stun him for a split second. Still kind of bummed a little bit that I'm a barbarian. Wish I was an ogre. I didn't think I was gonna get this high of a level, to be honest, you know. I was like, I'll die at some point somewhere. That's alright though, I guess. Sorry I'm not very talkative. I'm so tired. My bad. It's just late. That's all. It's the end of my play sesh. Gonna get this level, mem a new pet, and then I will sleep on where I'm gonna take my XP grindings next. Let's get in there and fight. Some entertainment. That's right, run. Biatch. Man, we never get that ding sound, do we? It's rare. We get like 1 out of like 5. But there it is. Ding. Level 54. We have a new pet, which is this one. Spirit of Omikin. Terrific. Let's add that to the book. See you guys in 20 minutes when that mems. Uh-oh, we got the Entalon or whatever's coming in. What's going to happen first? He's going to aggro or I'm going to get the spell memmed? Find out next time. Anyways, that's going to be it for now. I will now teleport you guys or pass you through time to the future where we will be grinding something else with our new pet. Jesus. Uh-oh. This is actually a real showdown. Oh, this is not Entalon, it's Guy Gilton. The other one. Fuck. Staring in the face of danger. Alright, anyways. I'll figure somewhere to go. There is the raptors that I've been waiting. I've been waiting to think of anywhere else to go until I get this pet, even though it's only 2 levels higher. I feel like it's gonna, help a lot. Every little thing helps right now. I do need to sell off, and I need to hit a bank. Like, my money is overflowing. So I need to get to Furiona Vi, which isn't that far, obviously. 2 zones away. So I'll probably do that and then figure out where I want to go next. Or I will, like I said, keep maybe relying on trying to get the giant fort because it seemed pretty good. And with a newer, higher level pet, either it'll just get easier or we can add another giant to our rotation. Right now we were doing 4. Maybe with the new pet we do 5. Who knows? It's still good. And they do drop some good money, although kind of who cares. All right, see you in the next spot. All right, actually, let's check this out. So I got that pet that's slashing and all of that. We gotta find a mob so we can verify that he's not slashing anymore. So maybe I should have gotten a mob close to the zone line here. Let's just verify. Well, I know this one's slashing. So the way to verify it is to get rid of him and summon a new one. But I guess we could summon our new pet, because it supposedly it works with the new pets. So let's do that. Pet. The new pet. So we'll tell this one to go away. God damn, where is a mob when you need one? There's gotta be a bee flying around here somewhere. Nothing. Nothing at all, huh? So let's tell the pet to go away. Where is it? Where's dismiss? Summon a new one. Okay. Let's find a mob and verify that he is biting. Here we go. Okay. So let's see what he's doing. He's biting, which is normal. That's what he should be doing. Okay. So now we are going to zone, which is half the fucking zone away at this point. Well, the zone line at least. Jeez. Like, there's really no mobs like right here? That seems crazy. So the act of zoning is supposed to give him his gear and his weapons back. Now this might be not news to some of you, but this was news to me. I haven't heard about it talked anywhere. I'm not very good at reading every line of every update in Discord, so it might be there for me to read. Sorry. But we're gonna do it live. We're gonna test it live. So we'll go right over into the Dreadlands and we'll pull the first thing that we find, probably a spider. And we'll see if he is crushing and slashing again. And then one is to assume that he has the rest of his gear. So my wonder is, how do you override the gear? Is it that you need to dismiss him, summon him, and then load him up with gear? Which, I'll try this. Load him up with gear. And then that gear will override his old gear? Because, like, what if you want to change his gear? You need to dismiss him, summon him, so he's biting again. Give him all new gear, and then when you zone, it shouldn't override it? So we have to test that. Now, if all of this works out, this is where you farm him really good gear, and you give him the really, really good gear. Alright, so now we have one of these. Cockatrice. So let's pull this dude in. And let's see what he's doing. What are you doing, Pat? He's piercing and crushing. Now that's crazy. Piercing and crushing. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to pull a fast one. Okay, so we got a new pet. This pet hasn't zoned yet. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give him a slashing weapon, because currently he's piercing and crushing. He's not slashing. So I'm gonna give him a slashing. What happened to the bird? Okay. Because what this... Is this the bird? All right, hey, get on that. Tell me what you're doing. What are you doing? He's biting. He slashes. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna zone. And then we're gonna zone back in and see what he does. We're gonna attack this bird. We're gonna let the bird get nice and close, so he doesn't run too far while we're zoning. That's my face. All right, so let's zone back in. Now, did his old weapons override his slashing, or is he still gonna be slashing? That's another question, so let's answer that. He's slashing and he's biting. Are you... Wait, what is he doing? So is he dual wielding slash and bite? Is that how it's... What's happening? Okay, so I think it's safe to assume that's how you give your pet new gear. Is you get rid of them, you resummon them, it's a clean slate, you give him what you want to give him before you zone, so that it doesn't get... So that it doesn't load up his old... loadout. So what this basically means to me now, knowing this, and maybe this is all explained in detail somewhere, like the Discord, and I'm just a talking fool, or updating people who don't sit in the Discord, I can go get another one of these haste belts, and I can give it to him, knowing that I can always get it back on him as long as I don't screw up. And then I can go get, like, I don't know, next time I can loot one of these. You know what I mean? I could say I can go get, like, a set of rubicite, possibly. Oh, by the way, I also went to Velius. I didn't mention this. I went to Velius, and I was fighting giants in Velius. They're tough, but I did get this to drop. It's 5 AC, so that was already an upgrade, SV4. And it has some storm strength buff, 5 charges. Too bad I don't get the mask like the barbarians in town. Anyway, so I can now I don't feel bad dropping 500 plat or whatever it is on some armor, or going and farming like rubicide or something and dropping it all on the pet, knowing that he'll have it basically forever, from an old pet to a new pet, because I'm gonna get a new pet every 2 levels, as long as you don't let him die. Even if you let him die, actually. You just resummon him and zone, or log out, log back in, and he'll have all his gear back. That is insane. So now we got to think about it, because this is really going to help me, because I'm trash. So, very high AC, give him some wearable haste. What else can we do? Let me know. All right, so we're in Butcher Block. I'm going to make a quick run to Unrest, even though it looks like there is a ton of people there right now, and there's some high mid-30 people, so there has to be a basement group going on. A 32 Necromancer, a 34 Shaman, another 33 Necromancer, a 35 Ranger, and a 35 Wizard. That has to be a basement group, right? I just got turned around. So what I'm doing is I'm building my pet like a set of gear. I don't want to get too crazy and waste too much time. I'll probably I guess I'll do that later then. So what I've done is I've got one of those, the Foreman tunic or whatever, 17, what is it, 19? I think it's like 19 AC tunics. So I'm going to give him that. I saw a vendor in Caladim that sells plate. That's ridiculous. Like a shitty plate chest piece is 1,000 plat. And then the shitty plate legs are 1,000 plat, so on and so forth. So that's not happening. But the mail is like pretty decent. So you can fill in slots with mail. One thing I might need to do is go get another belt. I really don't want to do that. But that would be pretty huge. That would be pretty damn huge. Unless I could replace mine and then give him that. But there's no shot. So, like, even my neck is just... I literally have 3 AC on my neck. I need to get a better neck. Anyways, so... I have 1 earring. You know, if I... Okay. Well, yeah, I can't guarantee that. We'll see what happens. At some point, I am going to go and get him a pair of these gloves, since it's just so easy. And if, you know, if that goblin happens to drop another earring, lore is not going to matter for the pet, right? Shouldn't. Where are we going? Timorous Deep. All right. So we have a pretty good bracer. I'll show all this in the bank, but we have a pretty good bracer. We're gonna leave basically. We're gonna leave the belt slot open, the gloves open, an earring is gonna be open because I just don't have one. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to go to the basement in Unrest since I was already like right there. But I'm pretty sure there's a basement group there, and I want to get 2 jagged bands and a dwarven work boots. Because I don't have boots, and the vendors don't seem to sell boots. So like the plate vendor and also the mail vendor, they didn't have boots as like an option. Now you can get some cloth boots or leather boots or something, but I'm not sure why they didn't have boots. But I want to get rings anyways, and these are 5 AC, 3 strength rings, so it's pretty good. Now, if I wasn't on a gigantic cooldown, I would obviously give him one of these gem encrusted rings. But I have like more than 2 weeks on that. What's going on? Am I doing it wrong? Nope, I'm scrolled up. Yeah, I have 16 and a half days. So no shot. So the plan is at some point, go to Unrest, pick up 2 of these rings, because that's additional 5 AC, 3 strength each. That's really good. And I'll give him 2 of these, and I'll give him these boots. So I have mail legs. I thought I had my old belt. I guess maybe I gave it to a pet already. I must have. I got a mail back. I have that big time chest plate. I mean, that giant one is as much as that 1,000 plat plate chest you buy from the vendor. I found bronze. Bronze would be nice, but I found bronze shoulders. I have a really nice wrist piece that I got off of that outlaw, whatever, the Ixar outlaw or whatever in War Slicks. I can't wear it, so I'll put that on the pet. That's really good. And then I have a male wrist for the other one. I have bronze arms. Again, for the rings, I'm going to try to go for 2 of the jagged bands. I have 1 earring, like I mentioned, and then bronze neck. I have that pariah face, which is as much as my face. It's 5 AC, and that's really all you get from it, but it's more AC. It's as much AC as like a iron mask or something. And then I have one of these lumberjack helms, which is 10 AC, 3 stamina. So we're going to get them buffed up as much as we can. And then I'm going to try to dual wield the root weapons. Because I'm pretty sure lore doesn't matter for pets. I'm pretty sure. I'll look into that and see if I can find any info on that, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. So what I'll do is I'll do the quest, and then before turning it in, I'll give him a weapon, and then I'll turn in the quest, get a second weapon, and give it to him again. And hopefully he should be dual wielding those weapons. Unless that's a bad idea. I don't know. If it is, I have a Velium weapon that I can give to him. And that's that. And then the only thing, So I got to make a trip back to Warslicks, which shouldn't take too long if I'm just going to grab the gloves and bail and hopefully get lucky on an earring. Maybe I'll get lucky on an earring for me, and then I'll just give him one of my cougar claws, but probably not. So if I don't, maybe I'll get lucky and get another copy of the other earring, in which I'll give him both. And again, if not, screw it. And then I just need to go grab 2 rings and some boots. That would be really quick. When I grabbed them for myself, it was really quick. And then this belt is really the only thing where it's like, man, that might take me a long time. But we figured out how to do it, how to get it down. That NPC will eventually die. So I'll just go back to that same spot. And I'll sit there and watch TV until they die or they respawn or whatever happens. And then I will farm them until I get 4 heads, which might take a couple of hours. Is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe if I really don't want to play and I want to just sit here and I have the screen and eye shot or something like that, maybe I'll do it. I'll think about it. Oh, fuck, I'm bringing all my plat with me. Not all of it, but a large sum. Anyways, I can drop that off in Furionovi. I might go straight to Warslicks, or I might just go back to the Giants. And actually, I'm going to get another snare weapon right now. And I don't know, man. I kind of want to do everything at once because I don't know how this works. I scoured the Discord. They don't mention anything about this in the Discord. They don't mention anything about pets retaining their weapons and gear and stuff like that. They don't mention any of that. So I'm scared I'm going to go through this trouble and then they're going to be like, oh shit, like we better nerf that and then remove it. Or something along those lines. That's why I don't want to go too crazy. I might just say screw it, you know? I might just say screw it, because what if they just patch it out? You know? In fact, I'm probably going to say screw it. But I'll leave the rings and the boots open. If they don't patch it soon, I'll do that. The only thing I don't want to do is the belt, because that's going to take some time. Even though it's the best and biggest upgrade, it's going to take some time. The other things should be like really quick, so I'll go ahead and do those. I just don't want to. I'll leave the spots open. Oh yeah, this is the thing. I'm afraid of leaving the spots open. I kind of wanted to give them everything at once, because how it's working, how I just pretty much just showed 10 minutes ago of how it's working, is that when you zone, they get their stuff back, but to override that is you resummon the pet, you give him some stuff, and then you zone. But if you don't give him boots, if he has boots, so you kill him, now you resummon him, he doesn't have anything. Say you give him new weapons, and then you zone, does he get the boots back because you didn't give him boots? How does it work? You know what I mean? What overrides what? If you don't give him a slot, does that get reloaded with the old gear? Or does just giving him any one item make it a completely clean slate again? You know what I mean? So I don't want to like later on give him rings and boots and then suddenly, I guess I could test it. Is that testable? I can... Yeah, maybe I can give him a crappy weapon, make him slash, zone him, no, kill him, then he won't be slashing. I don't know, I'm overthinking it, but I would like, if it would work out, this could be kind of pretty big for me while I'm struggling, and I'm not doing anything but sitting on this boat thinking anyway, so it's not really wasting time. Maybe I'm wasting your time. All right, I'm going to figure out what to do. Pause it here. All right, so I thought of a couple of things. I went and my second scavenger kill, I got another blood-soaked note. So I'm ready to get the second weapon. So I'm just going to load my pet up now. Currently, he's still in the same setup as earlier in this video where he is biting and slashing. because I've only given him one weapon. So he's like dual wielding bite and slash. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to pause this video. Sometimes my roommates are just stupid loud. But anyways, now I've lost my train of thought. What I'm gonna do is what I realize is the gloves are lore, so no matter what, I'm gonna have to zone. Because also the sword is lore. The sword is more important, but we can find out if the sword is gonna work. Because I'll give him. So first thing we need to do is get rid of him, right? Dismiss, and we need to cast a new pet. Now this pet will be a clean slate until we zone. So instead of zoning, we're going to give him all of this gear that I have, including this earring. So we'll actually be able to see if he in fact will use both lore swords. Because if not, he should be biting still. If he's double slashing, man, this is tough. I almost want to give him a Valium rapier to see if he is then slashing and piercing. Should I do that? I think we have to do that, right? Okay, wait. First, we have another test. Okay. Man. I am making this complicated, but you have to, otherwise you're just going to blow time and items. And this is, hopefully, you guys will get something out of this as well. For me, you know, blowing time. But here's the thing. So when I summon him now, which I guess we can do, he's only going to be biting. He's not going to have that slash anymore. Or that's the idea. And then I need to zone. And in order to zone, I think I could just camp. Okay, so let's try a couple things out here. We need a baddie. I don't want to kill a pilgrim. So unfortunately, we ran all the way back to town. We just did this yesterday. Run all the way back to town just to realize we need to run back out here. Okay, is that a Droll Varg? Sweet. Okay. I'm leaving my pet in the dust, though. There, let's aggro him. Here, come with us. Okay. So the pet should only be biting. Mel Gibson's warder bites. Mel Gibson's warder bashes. Why is he bashing? He's not slashing, though. That's the point. I guess bash is just his move. That's good to know that he bashes. So now when I log back in, let's not kill the mob. So when I log back in, he should be slashing now. Oh, he did. He did right there. Slashes. I saw like all these bites in a row. Okay. So he started slashing. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. We need to get a new one. So obviously if I give him the piercer now, he'll slash and pierce. But that's not what I'm wondering. So dismiss. Let's cast another one. What I'm wondering is if I give him this piercer, if it overrides the slash or if he'll have both. So now he's only biting again. We don't have to check it every time. We know that he's only biting. So I'm going to give him this piercer. So now he would bite and pierce. So let's camp again. Now the question is, when I log back in, did the pierce overwrite the slash, or is he dual wielding? Because I think that'll give me insight into whether or not, in a way, there's a chance. There's a chance that this gives me insight into whether or not his old gear respawns in places I didn't put it, or whatever. Let me just see if it works before I waste time trying to think of how I want to say that. Okay. Am I lagging? What is that, a pirate? I'll take a pirate. No, it's a pilgrim. Why aren't there any pirates? Have you noticed that? There's no pirates here. You know, on P99, there's like pirates everywhere, and the pilgrims and the pirates fight and shit like that. I haven't seen a single pirate, and I've been in the zone quite a bit. There's no pirates here. It's really weird. Or I think it's weird. Is that weird? Where are all the pirates? Okay, so what's happening? Piercing, but are we getting slashes? Where's the slashes? It's bites. So he's biting and piercing. Okay, so this is what I'm getting at. The slashing is gone. So the piercing overrode the slash. That's good news. That's good news. So what that means to me is I can load him up with gear. I could even give him a pair of gloves right now. And then do we have to test one more thing? What I'm thinking is, what if that just overrode his entire gear, though? Okay. We do have to test one more thing. Let me get my regen out. I should be regen. I should have regen on this whole time. So here's the other thing that we have to test is, what if I give him... yeah, I have something. I have something in my bank. What if I give him... Okay, see, I clean his slate. I dismiss him. I summon him back. And then I give him a pair of gloves. Will that override his piercer? Will he no longer have a piercer on? Because I gave him a pair of gloves and that rewrote his entire gear. This is what we're getting at. This is what we're getting to. So this is like the final question, I think. So we know he pierces. So if I dismiss him, resummon him, he has a clean slate, I give him an item, like a piece of gear, then I camp, I log back in, does he still pierce? Or did giving him that item get rid of all his previous gear? That's important, because that means you can't give him you have to give him everything at once, and that's it. Because it's going to override any of the other gear. So I can't be like, oh, you know, let me give him a bunch of gear now, and then, hey, this dropped, that would be good for the pet. Let me clean his slate and give him a pair. So we'll just give him, whatever, Field Priest's cap. So first things first, we got to dismiss him, clean his slate, resummon him, give him the cap, log out, log back in, go kill something. If he doesn't pierce, then giving him that cap overrode. So we'll give him that. And then we'll camp, we'll relog, we'll go kill something. If he doesn't pierce, then giving him something erases everything. Instead of just erasing his head slot, is what I'm getting at. Does giving him that head slot override his head slot, like the piercer overrode the slasher? Or does giving him that head slot override all of his gear? And the only way to really tell is with weapons, because you can't tell if he has a headpiece on. What I'm getting at is I can't go and get like the haste belt and then be like, okay, let's give him the haste belt now, and that overrides his entire set of gear. All right, so unfortunately we got to go back out and get another mob. But this is the final thing. And then what all this does is this creates issues with lore gear, which this belt is lore? Yeah. So you can only give your pet one piece of lore gear, or you can give him more lore gear as long as you're in that zone. Like, for instance, I'm going to give him a lore sword, then I'm going to turn in the... Shit, I didn't... Okay. And then I'm going to turn in the quest item, and then I'm going to give him another lore sword. And we're going to check if that works as well right now. But we're giving him without dismissing him or camping or anything. So that should work, theoretically. As long as he can have 2 lore items, which I'm pretty sure he can. Because it's a pet. It goes by different rules. All right. So is he piercing? Or what is he doing? He is piercing. That's good news. So when we saw that the piercer overrode the slasher, it's because giving him one weapon, it keeps overriding his primary. It didn't instantly go into his secondary. So what this means to me now is you can do it because he's piercing. So it did not override his piercer. That's great news. So now I can, with confidence, I think, with semi-confidence, I can go to another zone with a lore item, wipe my pet's slate, put on the pair of gloves, say, in this case, the pair of gloves out of War Slick, camp, or zone, and that should only override the gloves like the piercer overrode the slasher. Great news. That was a big worry. Imagine equipping, almost a full set of gear, and then going to another zone, getting that one last item or one of the last items, and then that item erasing your entire pet's gear set. That would suck. And like I said, I couldn't find. I searched it up in the announcements and stuff, patch notes and all that in the Discord. I didn't see any mention of it. There's mentioning of pets. There's some mentioning of pets doing stuff, but it doesn't have anything to do with gear, to my knowledge. They never mention gear. They don't mention anything. So I don't know if this is a bug or a feature. But we've gotten down to it. We've figured some stuff out. So I need to wipe this slate one more time, and then we're gonna gear him up. And then now I can gear him up, and I can just go get the other gear pieces later. I can go get the rings and the boots later. I should put phony rings and boots on him, knowing that I can override them now. Just them, not everything. Jesus, we're here. Okay, so we need to dismiss the pet and summon another one. So we're going to give him everything I got. Now, what another situation is what if the earring, what if you give him an earring, one at a time, and give him another earring later? What if it goes into the same ear or whatever? You know what I mean? Who knows? I can't be bothered on that part. That's too detailed. So, okay, so I've got most of the gear here. Let's get the rest of his gear. And the sword and the note. No, it won't, because I've given him weapons. Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, he's never had earrings, so it shouldn't. It should just go into the other slot. Because you can give him weapons two times separately, and it'll go into the main and then the off, as long as you don't zone or whatever. Okay. Okay, so I think that's solved. All right, so anyways, here's what we got for the pet. Like I mentioned earlier, we got a couple of bronze pieces. We got that big dick chest piece. It's 18 AC. It's pretty good. We did quest the sword. We're going to get another one right now. This is that bracer I was talking about. That's really freaking good. 9 AC, 5 dex, 5 stamina. We got this crappy mask, but it's 5 AC. We'll take it. We do have the lumberjack's cap, which is 10 and 3. The other bracer is just 5 AC, but it is what it is. Here's that earring. Hopefully we'll get another one. 10 HP, 2 strength, 5 AC. And just, you know, some small mail, back, neck, and that other bracer, and the legs as well. And so that's what we'll do for now, but we can override stuff later if I feel like spending more time. You can go into the water right here. Crazy. Why would you want to do that? Okay. So let's give some of this to the pet. He has a clean slate. I'm just gonna give him whatever. Okay. So now I'm gonna hand in the note. I'm gonna give him another one of these weapons. And now let's see. If he's only slashing now, then that means it worked. And you know what the other thing that's crazy? Did I already say this? Oh, he never had buffs. What's crazy is he keeps his buffs when you zone too. You can dismiss him or he can die. You resummon him and zone and all his buffs are back. That's kind of crazy. All right. Let's give him so because he's slow. And then now hopefully he's only slashing, which would mean that he's wearing both of the weapons. If he's slashing and biting, then he can't have 2 lore weapons, I guess. And then once again, just put a nail in it. Now we can not worry about zoning or dying or logging out or dismissing the pet or anything, and we can go get the lore gloves and put them on him at another time. We could even put on filler gloves right now if we had them, and still not worry about like destroying his whole gear set, which is good. So you should have a good amount of AC now, and we can go get items later. You're like, you know, if I feel like it. Don't feel like it right now, but you know, like the unrest place, you know, that's real quick. I'll do that like probably next time I'm over there. All right, let's see what he's doing. Slashing, no biting. No biting, only slashing. So it worked. He's dual wielding those swords. That's great. Do we get a message when it procs? I mean, it should pop up right here. So I don't think it's procced yet. I wasn't looking. I was looking at the chat. But if he procs the... There it is. It did not pop up. But we saw the snare. Let's back him off and just check it out. How cool is that? Pretty cool. And now he's dual wielding them for an increased, I guess, chance of proccing it. Look at that, though, dude. The pet slashes for 52. How wild is that? It's a lot of damage. And he's not even hasted or anything. So imagine now, you know, obviously putting his own spell on him, which is 60% haste currently, and then giving him another 15% wearable haste. That would be super cool. And that's it. All right, we're good to go. Awesome. So I think I said this earlier in the video, but definitely shout out to Marquise Johnson for hitting us up with that info. And hopefully maybe I clarified it with some trial and error for Marquise so that you know, I don't know, hopefully he can use that information and do something with it. But yeah, so really happy about that. Thanks, man. You know, this last stretch for me from 54 to 60, it's only 6 levels, but they are the hardest or longest levels, I should say. Probably both. And it's going to be a pain in the ass. So I think that's huge. being able to, you know, kit out the pet and get him all this stuff. So thanks for that, man. Okay, so we're back in Burning Wood. I wanted to do the Giants because, well, one, I like it and it's good and it feels good. But there is a group there, so we're just going to pick off, I guess, Giants. There's like 3 of them in a row here. I haven't been that lucky with the Giants, though. But we're going to check out the pet. I've been using them for a little bit now. You can see I'm 4% in, which is crazy. It is so slow now. My God. Oh, God damn it. So I'm using my bigger dot now, but I fizzle sometimes, and it's really brutal. The fizzling is really brutal. I got the wrong dot on still. How did I do that? I think I resaved it. I did. Damage over time. Tainted breath. There we go. So ideally, like, I'll hold aggro sometimes so my pet can just hit him in the back while my dots run. This is what we've turned into. But every time I get up, and I think I got up early there, you know, they'll fight. But this is why I started using the bigger dot. One, I gotta rip off the band-aid at some point. But as you can see there, I fizzled 4 times, and this is on an expensive dot. So it hurts. But, I mean, I don't know what else to do. Like, I cast dots so much, so it's as leveled up as it's gonna be. Like, I would have to sit somewhere for like hours spamming it for it to maybe go up a few, because I spam it the entire time I play, and it just doesn't go up. So I want to use my bigger dot, so I'm just gonna kind of do it, I guess. I need it because it's becoming more difficult. So 1, the damage is good, but 2, these jack up the pet pretty good, and it's just a free, not free, but an easy way to get some damage without taking damage. Get some damage in without taking damage. Ruby-doos. Give him a wave. Hello. I will take pet gear, please. Thanks. All right, let's kill. These guys are pretty easy, so I want this guy. The gorillas are insane still. I know I talked about this before, but the gorillas are actually insane. Like, man, I've killed a few of them. So it's taking multiple blue kills. So not only are blue kills tough, but it's taking multiple blue kills to get a % now. Like, each level, I've forgotten. I haven't leveled a... Nice. I haven't leveled a high-level character in, like, a while. The wizard, you know, is only at 50, so you don't feel it yet. And the necro's at 60. You haven't leveled them in quite some time. We need to put our other dot. I can't pay attention right now, but let's get a little grindage in, because I think mostly I've just blabbed about stuff and checking out the weapons and all that. The gear, the pet gear. But this is how I'm surviving at the moment. It's not good. I need to find something better. The giants are way better. It says 5%, but that's a little bit fake because I've been AFKing a decent amount, but it's not good. It's like 7 maybe is like what it actually is. It's not good. But at the giant fort, like if the group that's there, like the 3 people that are there, they're still there. If they weren't there and I can get over there, I think I was getting like 12, was it? I think I was getting like 12%, but I haven't been there since I leveled, so it might be actually way worse now. Because these got a lot worse when I leveled. Woo, doggy boys! This is gonna be a long rest of the grind. We got here pretty quick, I feel like. Not too bad. But it's gonna take a while for the rest of this. You get pretty limited, we'll kill one of these motherfuckers. These guys are tough. The snare has come in really handy. We'll see if we can utilize it. But two things need to happen. He needs to proc it, and I need to... So he procced it when we weren't looking. So this is really nice. I get to sit for multiple ticks. I can probably even get a third one off here. These gorillas seem to be really slow when they're snared. Ooh, it's going to be close. I'll probably re-aggro him when my dot falls off and I apply another one. Oof. That is hurtful. So we gotta heal the pet at some point. I guess we'll do that now. Here, we'll get a tick off of it. These dudes are just fucking insane, man. This is wild. Imagine being in Skyfire. Imagine trying to blast this dude in Skyfire. Oh, we killed a worm, and the worm was insane. Yep. I was kiting him up and down. I was making my pet follow me while I regenerate mana to apply another dot, letting my dots run so that I can build up aggro so that I could put the pet back on. I could always turn taunt off of the pet. I don't want to fully commit to kiting. I like to use the pet to fight and to heal. But here, watch me tank. I started at 100% life, right? This is going pretty good, actually. My point is not getting, but okay, one hit, and he chunks me. If he hits like a few times in a row, you could see how fast he could just take you down. Jesus, imagine. Second one. Thrall of Bones. I even forgot these drop spells. Like nothing's happened in a while. There's a big ass fight happening in basketball right now. Yeah, the Lakers fucking suck. I think I said that already earlier. The worm took like just several rounds of dots. It was insane. And the pet couldn't... He hit me for 156 damage. I don't know if that's his top because I wasn't about to get hit by him again. But he hit me for 156 damage. So he's like destroying my pet as well. But we got the kill. I thought I was going to have to zone it. So I had him all the way up here. By the Skyfire zone line. Just in case. But that's definitely not the play. All we got are these tatterbacks. I got to get somewhere else. This isn't working out for me anymore. I'm not my necro. This is where I camped on my necro, and it was great because there's just nothing right here. This guy just AFKs here, and nothing aggroes him. He's AFK here for like hours. Could walk over here a bit. I would like more. I could also stand at the giant fort. We can go to the giant fort and just stand near it. Because near it, you get a lot less pathers, it seems. It didn't seem that way on P99. On P99, you get a lot of pathing mobs like below it and around it, so you can't really hang out right there. But on this server, you seem to be able to hang out there and not really aggro too much. Did they leave? Oh, they left. I don't know whose pet that is. Some Beastlords. Hell yeah, they left. It's an ancient and an ancient. No, it's a verdant. Let's take the verdant first. The verdants are easy. Check these verdants out. The ancients are pretty tough, but we got a new method and we got a new pet. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what kind of XP they give as well. I'm actually going to open... Oh, never mind. Whoops. Fuck. I meant to open with a dot. I should have done that. And now I'm going to get hit. Oh, he missed me. Yeah. Hell yeah. Clutch miss. Turning off taunt could be the play. If you have room to kite, that might end up being the play. I hate to play that way though. Like, I'm playing like my Necro, but a shittier version. Like, I'm dotting and kiting with a fucking pet hitting them. That's what it's turned into. Just very less efficient. That doesn't feel good. So we got to get up in here and do it another way. So see how easy that was? Nice and easy. This dude, on the other hand. Alright, I'm going to open up with the dot because it's like a longer cast time. Need to be more on my sit ticks. That's really where the like efficiency comes from. If you would proc snare, that'd be great. I think it did. Nope. I don't know if I got that. Dude, look at that dragon flying through the sky. Alright, the pet has aggro now. Doesn't get beat up as bad from these do beat him up, but not as bad as like those monkeys or those kind of things. I'm gonna have to drop a heal here. And redot him. Alright, he's snared now, so that's good if I get aggro. Oh, Mahoom. Well, that's unfortunate. This guy's a lot of life left. We'll have to, okay. Gotta get in there. But also still get our sit ticks. That's what it's come down to. Oh, he hit me. Giants with their big ass range, their melee range. I gotta keep at like max range. But I don't want to sit on top of him and get hit for max damage either. He's gonna run here soon. I should just stay in. Get him running. There we go. That's another part of the convenience is when they're snared and running, they're not actually moving. So that helps out a lot. Well, I fully buffed myself. Might as well use it. So once I recover and everything, I should be able to get these 4 on a loop. That's what I've been doing. But I came in already like half mana and stuff. But usually what I'll do is I could do these 2 in the front or these 2 on the side, and then I'll do these 2. So that's what I've been doing. So you know what? I gotta settle up here though. I I just wanted to end the video with a little bit of grinding because I feel like we didn't kill much this entire time. I was just running around doing things and talking about, I don't even know what. I can't remember anymore because part of it was another day. But I'm going to let y'all go, and then we'll try to get some giant footage. And even though we've already killed so many giants in this journey, this is definitely going to be the spot for a little bit. So I got to get a little bit of footage of this. So I guess I'll save that for the next one. I will see you in the next video.